Well, I have a pile of stuff here, but I think it's going to be really cool. I am planning on making a topper for my 1950s Retro Reverie journal. And the material that I have to create this is a giant playing card, ruffles that I've made in a different video. So if you want to know how I made these, you'll have to go check it out. I did them on paper, and so they're easy to glue down. Look at this one. It is all shimmery and shiny. I have some vintage lace scallops from a collar, some blanket binding. I have a paint chip. I have tulle, lots of tulle. I have rose petals that I have dyed. I have ribbon. I have tea bags, and I have little flowers and sequins, all in kind of muted colors, because what I'm thinking is that I want to make a shaker. Yeah, like it's a shaker thing, but completely embellished. So let's see what I can come up with. Hi everyone, my name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. So I have my 1950s Retro Reverie journal. So I'm going to put this aside because I'm not really going to need it right away. I have a giant playing card. Let me tell you why I call it a giant playing card. It is 4.5 by 6.5 inch long. This is a normal size playing card. So yeah, it is big. So I need some soft gel matte medium. So I have a paintbrush, I have soft gel matte medium. And I just want to brush matte medium all over the card to turn this into a stickier card so I can put the tea bags on it. Okay, I'm just going to put this over top, lay it down. I'm kind of folding the tea bag edges back so that I can lay them flat. And then I'm just going over top with the matte medium. And there's color in the tea bag, which is even better. It's not just a boring old tea bag. I'm just going to line it up. I don't want to overlap it too much. There we go. Put a little bit more underneath because in the meantime that dried. It's pretty dry here in the winter, so okay. And it won't take very long to dry either. So the card is dry, and what I want to do, because I am thinking things up as I'm going, I am going to cut out the whole inside. And I am going to use this, and I need my knife. If I can remember where I put it. It's right here. So I'll need my knife to cut right along that line. I only have one of these cards, so I can't mess it up. piece of watercolor paper here. I think I want to cut this card out of the watercolor paper. As well, the same size. And then right there, you gotta go along the, it's okay, and this is all going to be covered up, but you can see how great I am with cutting things. It's all fine, all good. I am not overly concerned. Just going to cut the corners, round the corners. So that the card will just disappear. So this will just disappear behind the card, right? So I'm just going to put this like so, and then you can't even see that I made such a big boo-boo. Yeah. So I'm going to glue this onto this card. And I will use my 3-in-1 glue. No, I don't need 3-in-1 glue yet. I am going to use my Fast Grab Tacky Glue, and I'm just going to put glue all the way along the bottom of the card. And I want it to be very well attached, so I am really putting some glue on here. And then I'm just sticking it down onto the watercolor paper. And I'm going to grab my bone folder to go along the edges so that I'm really pushing the paper together and making it fuse together. So this can just go and dry. Then I have this. And I want to draw out about a 1/2 inch border all the way along. I'm going to take it upside down. That might be a little easier. Half an inch here, 1/2 inch here. And I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And I'm going to put a line from one mark to the other. And I'm much better with a pencil and a ruler than I am with a knife and a ruler. However, I do have to use the knife again. Okay. And then I'm going to take this again and take 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Same on this side. I am going to make a mark or make a line all the way across that mark. There we go. And same on this side. Are you figuring out what I'm making yet? I'm taking my knife and I'm going very carefully across There. That way. And turn it around and go on the other side. And just making sure everything is nicely lined up. So far, so good. And then put this right there. And I'm trying not to cut it out completely. And there's a reason for that. Okay, so I need it to be just hanging on by a thread. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fast grab tacky glue again, and I'm going to put glue only on the center piece. Just like that. And I'm taking the whole thing and I'm going to line this up. It should fit right back in here. There. I'm going to use my bone folder and make sure that the whole thing is back in place. And then I am going to take this piece out. Now I need some foam tape, and I think it might even be the right width. It is. So okay, so now I'm going to take my fast grab tacky glue again, and I'm going to put that through the inside right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my foam tape and stick it in there. Like so. And whoop. Like that. Just make sure that it is all lined up properly. And that there's not big gaps. I don't want big gaps between the pieces of tape. So I have some acetate here. You can see it shimmer. I'm just going to put the card aside, and I'm going to glue this frame onto the acetate. Probably using my 3-in-1 glue. Okay. And then I'm just lining this up. Ooh. Somewhere else on the acetate so that I don't have to rip the glue off. There, take my bone folder, make sure that it is well attached. And I'm just going to cut around it with my scissors. Mako grabbed the sewing machine and sew around this so that it's really not going to come off. Okay, I've sewn around it to make sure that the acetate or the overhead transparency is well attached to the playing card. And then I want to put this right on there. So then we have our playing card right back. But to be able to do that, I need to first take these edges off. No, I can fill it first. And I have some pieces of pop can or soda can. Sorry for the Americans around us. So I've taken some soda can or pop can, and I am cutting out, or I've cut out dies, used my dies to cut little flowers and leaves because I thought that would be really cute. And then I have some sequins, different shapes and stuff. I'll put some in my hand so you can see. And I think that is enough. It'll just give just that little bit of shimmer and shine. I'll use my 3-in-1 glue. I'm just going to put some all the way along. I'm putting some extra on the corners here. So then I'm putting this on here. And line it up so that it fits right back in there. And then we have a beautiful shaker. And I'm just going to take all that lace right off there. I can put it back on if I need to. And I'm putting this right along the edge of the eyelet. There. And then I'm going to cut this off like that. And then I'll do the same thing. So I'm going to cut from the corner to that corner. And then behind, I'm just going to cut it right off. And the same here. I'm going to cut from the corner here to the corner of the card. And then I'll just cut the rest off. And then I can put this right on here. And I'm just making it so that it matches up a little bit. Like that. And again, from the corner to that corner, same right here. I'm just going to right here. And then I'll do the same thing here at the top. And we'll go corner to corner again. Right here as well. Had a little bit much there. It's all sticking to everything. And then we just have the last little piece. Put the glue along. Put this right there. So this one should line up right there. There we go. There. And this piece can be so now I am going to grab my sewing machine again, and I'm going to first cut a ruffle of this tulle. Cut this in half. There. And then I have a nice long strip that I then can fold in half and put it behind here like that. And you can't really see it right now because of course, well, once I ruffle this up, okay, let me ruffle it up a little bit. So ruffle it up and then put this behind here. You can see that it now looks like that. And I have enough there to do that. Okay, I'm just going to quickly sew along the tulle, putting the journal as the background so you can see a little bit better. So what I've done is I have taken a stitch, a big long running stitch through the sewing machine, and now I can just pull the top thread and ruffle it. This is so easy. We'll have not enough. Well, maybe I don't want to go all the way along. Maybe I just want to go along the top and one of the sides. I do like it. Okay, 3-in-1 glue. To put just a strip of glue right there so I can lay the tulle in there and have it stick down. It's not all sitting in the same spot, so I'm going to have to move it so that it doesn't, so it looks even. It doesn't have to be even, but I want it to look even. That's much better. I may actually just go back on itself so that I get a little bit more, because a petticoat was of course way more than just one strip of tulle, right? There was tons of it. Okay, take the threads out of the way. And I'm just going to put glue right along here so that I can glue it together. It's super messy right now. This is a messy job. But once it's down, it's down. And once the glue dries this way, and look how cool that looks. Okay, here goes nothing. And I'm using 3-in-1 because I am gluing paper to fabric. I like this. Like, look, when I push it down, it just kind of flips up. And let it dry for a few minutes. I do really like it. It's really cool. So I have my ruffle. I can take, this is the same color tulle. I can take a little bit. Take just a little. And then if I fold this, so this one I made like a ruffle onto a strip of paper. And what I can do is glue this shut like that. So I have a really neat little thingy that I can stick right there. I am going to do that. Do I need the whole piece though? Probably. I think so. Okay. I do like this because then I can do something big right here on the corner. I forgot about these. Look at this one. This one would be absolutely perfect right here. We've got the extra tulle coming out. We've got this on there. There's the green in there that goes with the background. The whole bit. I do really like that. I think that one would be the best. These are all way too lacy. I do like them, but there's just too much lace. What I like about this one is that it has the mother of pearl button. But that little bit of bling is pretty cool as well. And then what else can I do with it? So I think what I want to do on this side is I want to take, oh, just a minute. So what I did was I took my paint chip and I cut out some wildflowers. Now, of course, it didn't go right, so I'm going to have to glue this piece back on there, which is not a big deal. I can do that. It helps if you take the pin out. And we'll just glue this back on here. There we go. It happens. Not everything wants to come out properly. But I now have some really cool die cuts. And I also did them out of watercolor paper, leftover watercolor paper. Where's my ink? Here. Whoopsies. There's my ink. Can't see if I can get this. I have this idea in my head right now, and oh my goodness, it is well past my bedtime. But I just want to get this finished, because I think if I go like this, then I kind of have something really cool. One lighter one darker one. Does that work? It does. But I think it needs to go more like that, kind of like a shadow. And then pick up the watercolor one, and then we'll just slide it into position. I just want just a little bit. I like that. Okay, that can dry for a moment. I'll do that with this one as well. Cuts. Yeah, I like these. I do like it. Yeah. There might still be more going on there, but I think this is good, and I think I want to glue that down. So I'm just going to take them back off. And put glue on the back side so that I can glue it straight on the cover. And I want it to go up, up, up. Put that one right here on the side. Beauty. I'm just sliding it in there so that it sits right there. And I also don't want to keep putting stuff on it just because I can. Because if I don't like it, then I have to remove it again. And I don't really want to do that. So I am going to call it a day for today. I may put, you know what I might do? I might put a thread cluster on here. I still have a gold one, like that. And then I can put journal right on here. That is what I can do, and what I will do, but I'm not going to keep you guys for that. So for now, this is where I am at, and I think it is absolutely lovely. I will finish these pieces and stuff, and you will see in the next video what has come out of it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There is so much more coming with the 1950s Retro Reverie, but I am also starting Mass Make March on March 1st, of course, which is Sunday. And I have a long list of 30 different projects that I want to do where we're mass making them, and I think they are very fun projects, and I hope you will join me for those. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow.